The first trailer for Alex Garland's latest film Civil War. There are several key elements that need to be deciphered. Garland's ambitious and potentially controversial cautionary film is backed by popular independent production company A24 in what appears to be its first major blockbuster effort, with a reported budget of $75 million, which is still on the lower end of traditional Hollywood studio blockbuster production costs. Civil War will be a bold introduction for the competitive world of widely distributed commercialized content, starring Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, Jesse Plemons, and Nick Offerman as a tyrannical United States president. Civil War appears to be a fearless take on an extreme but potentially plausible form of American dystopia, in which 19 states secede from the country. The Western forces, led by the unlikely alliance of Texas and California, have militarized under a new American flag, with 2 stars as opposed to 50. There is also mention of a Florida alliance, and a glimpse of several U.S. factions shown in the Civil War trailer, which includes Washington, Montana, Georgia, Louisiana, and Minnesota as some of the states that seceded. So, why the U.S. is fighting itself in civil war? As of the time of writing, the only information available about the plot of Alex Garland's Civil War is presented in the first trailer released on December 13, 2023. The reasoning behind the seemingly bizarre alliance of Texas and California in the film points to the notion that the war isn't over Democrat and Republican politics, but more about Offerman's corrupt 3-term presidency. The United States federal government has apparently disavowed its allegiance to the United States Constitution and is now held under the budding dictatorship of Offerman's tyrannical president. In order for a state to legally secede from the U.S., it would need the approval of 34 other states, indicating that California and Texas likely seceded illegally in Garland's Civil War. At first glance, it appears that the Western forces are fighting against the rise of a totalitarian government under Offerman's presidency rather than over any differences in political ideology. The Western forces could also be uniting and fighting over a water shortage crisis, or the conflict could have something to do with capitalism, tax rates, and the tech sector. Most of the major tech companies in the U.S. such as Google, Amazon, and Tesla are in the fictionally seceded states such as California, Texas, and Washington. Now come to the another point, how the United States is divided in Civil War movie. The westernmost states that have apparently not seceded are Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico, which indicates that the war is likely not over a water crisis, since those are 3 of the driest states in America. The southernmost state that has not succeeded based on the Civil War trailer appears to be South Carolina. Alaska and Hawaii are also either neutral parties or still a part of the United States. The biggest question mark from the Civil War trailer, other than which side is fighting for the right reasons, is how the Western forces have been able to militarize to a point where they have military-grade helicopters, Humvees, weapons, and supplies. A military camp shown in the Civil War trailer, see gallery above, appears like it's part of the United States Army, but flies the 2-star Western Forces flag. This raises the question of who is supplying the Western forces with such advanced equipment, and implies a potential third party or a privately funded military. The trailer shows aerial bombings of New York City, indicating that the U.S. military is fighting for the president.